5% statistically relevant with about a 4.5 margin of error. So I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with that, especially across 5 different industries. So it wasn't going to skew to one particular type of industry. And so those 2 different size businesses, 46% of those owners were invisible. The interesting thing was the companies where the owner and the business was visible through AI, their traffic year over year. So I mapped it January 2025 to January 2026. Their traffic increased 2.5%. And you might think, okay, well, that's not much. Well, remember the stats that we talked about earlier, right? Everybody's traffic is going down. The companies where the owner and the business was invisible, their traffic declined 28.5%. And you're like, what? And so obviously there were a lot of data points. There was a lot of ways that we studied this. You can get the free report. I'll give Jacqueline the link and you can download the report. It's about 21 pages. But here's the killer. For that $7.5 million company, over the next 3 years, if the business is invisible, you're at risk of losing $5.6 million over the next 3 years. For that $24 million company, you're at risk of losing $18 million over the next 3 years because your traffic is declining. Remember, 25% this year, 50% in 3 years. If you're invisible to AI, you're basically invisible to all these conversations that are going on. Now, here's the other kicker. For the companies where the owner was visible, out of that gap of 5.6 million, the owner contributed 2.8 million to that gain.
Wow.
For the $24 million company, there's an $18 million gap between the company visible, the owner visible, the company invisible, the owner invisible. 8.9 million of that 18 million was the owner or CEO multiplier. And so right there, that should be enough to get people fired up to say, oh my gosh,